Hey there, Jerbears. I'm analyzing. What am I analyzing? Why, the sequel to the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild E3 2021 teaser, of course. Why am I analyzing a trailer 4 months after its initial release? Well, unlike other YouTubers who decide to jump the gun and analyze every frame immediately, I let the stew that was my brain stew. And with this stew, I will offer upon a serving to you, the Jerbears, a healthy serving of the information I've analyzed, the theories I've come up with, and perhaps even a side dish of my thoughts on the game as a whole. Yes, Jerbears, you heard that right. I'm gonna go where no other gamer's gone before, and offer my thoughts on a game I've yet to touch. Please, sit down and enjoy my analysis, and prepare to take a bite out of my brain stew. This is quite embarrassing, but I don't yet have an intro set up. I'll just describe it. It'll be a 3D render of my name, as you know, and it will be pulsating back and forth, and in the background, there will be royalty-free Eurobeat music. Please, imagine this and enjoy. The very first thing we see in this trailer is that classic Ganon malice. Does this mean Ganon is back? Perhaps, but not in the way we assume. I'll explain this in a bit. The next shot is of our hero of time, getting that suck from the malice. Now, pay attention here folks, as I imagine this shot is actually right before another one, later in the trailer. After a few more bits of malice, we finally see our big bad, and he's just as old and dilapidated as we first saw him, admittedly more lively now. And let me just go ahead and throw down my first theory here, a theory that you may want to sit down for. I don't think Ganon is the physical main bad guy here, or at least he's not the one being shown right now. I think this corpse man under Hyrule Castle is none other than the Skylink we see later. I'll elaborate further later. Afterwards, we see Princess Zelda herself falling into the dark abyss, and this is actually where I'm pulling out a second theory, admittedly a theory that I don't have nearly as much faith in, but a theory nonetheless. With a bright flash of light, we see our hero, Link, right? Well, I would have said so, but on the account that we never actually get to see the Skylink's face, I'm not so sure anymore. And check out his outfit. I know green and brown has always been Link colors, but I can't help but see the classic green Zelda shirt and cargo shorts getup. I feel like this guy's dropping into a GameStop just to talk to the cashier. After seeing the Skylink skydive, we see him, perhaps, paragliding onto other islands. By the way, I know we can't see any other islands near him, so there could very well be one under him, but I don't have a lot of faith that he's going to make it to that island. We transition into a shot of Skylink running around one of the islands, I assume, and towards what seems like a little platform area. Perhaps this platform holds a teleportation pad that'll help him get to higher islands. Now, this thing I want to talk about. My first assumption about this creature was that it was some awesome boss fight, but after examining it a bit more, I don't think that's the case. First things first, we see the creature being pulled down by what seems like the liquid that went backwards in time later on in the trailer, so maybe there are aspects of time travel or time manipulation in this game. Second thing, the creature seems to be made for cleaning? In my own humble, yet almost always right opinion, that little logo on the front looks a lot like a broom. Maybe this creature was made by some sky civilization to take care of the islands while they were away. Oops, I've spoiled the theory for later. And final thing, this creature's got the same little pine cones that we see when Skylink morphs through the floor later. Moving on from this unique new thing, we get our first glimpse of returning monsters. The Bokoblins seem to have wisened up and are now using their environment and, well, fellow monsters as they fortify themselves on top of a talus, which, by the way, has the most banger track in the whole game. Their Bokoblin horns have also grown quite a considerable amount, such that when I first saw these Bokoblins, I thought they were literally wearing weird little helmets. I don't know why, but the Bokoblin horns in the original game, I didn't exactly register as horns, even though you pick them up after you kill them. Classic analyzer. Lore shot up next, and we see Skylink's arm? It seems so, but looking at Link in the scene before, we see that Link's arm has already been affected by the change we're seeing right now, and I believe this scene is right after Link got the suck from the malice. This is further proven by Link using his arm as a Sheikah slate in the following shots, giving us a look at a new stasis looking ability that has elements of time manipulation. In this shot, we see an awesome shield with a unique trait in that it spews flame when shielding, and what's interesting to note here is that Link currently doesn't have a sword in hand. So perhaps this is a trial of some sort where he can't use anything but the shield to attack. I also believe this little uvula thing is a new monster, and it seems to be inside a dungeon or cave of some sort, so maybe we're getting more traditional dungeons back. Then we see the aforementioned magic liquid that seems to go backwards in time, so there's another piece of evidence that leads to a time manipulation concept. After seeing Skylink literally morph through this stony island, we get a better look at a platform over here on the right, and it seems like a pretty good spot for things like a teleportation portal, chest, and some extremely important bits of lore. We can also see Ludfo's bog under these islands. Not sure why that's important. I spent 10 minutes trying to find a way to describe the big plants. I just used big mushroom in the end, and to find the name, so I just wanted to tell you guys, that's Ludfo's bog. Finally, we see Hyrule Castle being torn out from the ground and malice growing out from the orifice in which it left in the earth. What an analysis, am I right? And no doubt I've missed a few details that you and your favorite YouTubers have already talked about, but that's not important. I'm going to elaborate on all my theories. The first theory, Skylink is the bad guy, asterisk. Now I know what you're thinking. Skylink can't be the bad guy. He's a Link. Link always good. And yeah, sure, whatever, but think about this. Skylink and Corpse Boy under Hyrule Castle, the same person. They look like they both have the same getup on, they both have long flowing hair, and they both have all these straps and stuff all strewn about them. So why is Skylink all evil now? Well, it's obvious, Jerbears. He's the Calamity Ganon's new host body, and that links directly to the next theory. The second theory, Skylink is one of the good guys. Do you remember how Link got his arm sucked from the malice at the beginning of this trailer? I believe that was actually Skylink passing himself onto Link's body so that they could be connected through a weird time and memory situation. Maybe that's why Link has a crispy looking arm in this game, and perhaps through visions and being able to play through Skylink's perspective, we gain more abilities and powers with regular time Link, if there's such a thing as regular time in the Zelda universe. My third theory, there's a sky civilization. This theory isn't too detached from the Skylink stuff, but it focuses more on the world being built in this game. I do think that there is a sky civilization in this game, and hopefully we get to see some remnants of that civilization playing as Skylink. All this sky stuff makes me think of Skyward Sword, and perhaps that is also a clue as to what this game entails. Skyward Sword was the beginning of this Legend of Zelda story. Chronologically wise, perhaps Breath of the Wild sequel will serve as its end. Not like they're gonna stop making these games, but you know what I mean. The final theory, Zelda is playable in this one. Okay, this theory I'm not putting all my eggs behind, or whatever that saying is. I just think it's a fun little theory. What if instead of Zelda falling into that dark abyss, it's Link? What if instead of Link's arm getting the suck, it's Zelda's, and she has that connection with Skylink? Admittedly, this theory falls through, as yes, while the arm would largely be the same between Link and Zelda, I think there would need to be reasoning as to how Zelda can move and behave the same way Link can. Maybe those Skylink perspective moments will be enough to get her moving and attacking like Link. I don't know, it's just a theory. Well, that was my analysis of the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild E3 2021 teaser. Hope you guys enjoyed my brain stew, and hopefully I can cook something up for you Jerbears soon. I'm probably not going to wait 4 months to analyze something again, and even with this, I was just largely procrastinating. Anyways, please hit that like, subscribe, and that no notification. It helps, apparently. I'm not so sure. This is my first video. Next video, whenever I upload. Bye bye! Ignore the fact that I am talking to you after our agreed time of leaving one another, but I completely missed the idea of the music in this trailer being reversed. I think it links up to like the original trailer music or something. I don't know. I forgot. But yeah, that's another piece of evidence for time manipulation and time travel and stuff like that. So yeah, it's exciting. I'm sorry I didn't talk about my thoughts on the game. Maybe that's for a video for another time. Now that I'm a bit, I'm done editing the video and stuff like that, I would like to hear your guys' opinions on the video, because this is my first video. It was scripted. Pretty much everything I read was scripted. I promise I'm more charismatic and I'm more funny than I appear to be with this first video. If you have actually if you have actually stuck around this long and you're still listening to this, please let me know. Let me know if you think I'd go better with scripted videos, or if you'd like to just hear me improv and and just go with the flow off the top of my head, you know, because that's all I'm doing this for, to entertain you guys and to give you guys something to think about. Anyways, thanks for listening to this. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.